Before diving into this video, exciting news for the Cosmic Law discoveries. A major contest is currently running on the channel. The prize? A premium power bank. Participating is simple. Head over to the contest video via the link in the description, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. The drawing will take place as soon as we reach 1,000 subscribers, so don't wait any longer. Join the adventure. And now, on with your video. Tesla's Cybertruck hit the market with enormous expectations. Designed to be one in a kind, it promised innovation, sustainability, and cutting-edge technology. But shortly after the launch of the first units, the story took a radical turn. Instead of focusing on performance or customer satisfaction, attention turned to a much more concerning subject: a safety recall affecting every Cybertruck delivered. At the heart of the problem was a surprisingly basic element: the accelerator pedal. For a company known for its high-tech vehicles and futuristic design choices, this wasn't a complex software issue or a battery failure. It was a physical problem and, moreover, a critical one. Reports began to surface online, with several early owners describing incidents where the accelerator pedal would get stuck after being pressed firmly. In some cases, it wouldn't immediately return to its normal position, resulting in unintended acceleration. These incidents weren't limited to occasional complaints. Social media, online forums, and automotive media quickly relayed the information. Some drivers reported having to brake abruptly or even completely cut the power to regain control. One described the experience as if the truck was driving itself, suggesting how unpredictable and disturbing the problem was behind the wheel. Shortly after the information spread, Tesla confirmed the issue. The company issued a recall notice through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, indicating that the accelerator pedal cover could detach and get caught in the interior trim. This meant that when the pedal was firmly pressed, especially during strong acceleration, the cover could move and get stuck, preventing it from returning to the idle position. This wasn't a coding problem, nor a poorly calibrated sensor, nor poor communication between hardware and software. It was a basic mechanical defect, usually thoroughly tested on any vehicle, especially a brand new market entrant. The fact that the problem went from production to customers' hands and was only revealed in real-world use immediately raised concerns about how the Cybertruck had been tested before its launch. If you're finding this breakdown of Tesla's quality control issues illuminating, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now to stay updated with our in-depth analysis of the automotive industry's most pressing developments. Our channel thrives on your support, and we're committed to bringing you the most comprehensive coverage of electric vehicle innovations and challenges. The scope of the recall was limited to the total number of vehicles, but its impact was significant. Tesla indicated that 3,878 Cybertrucks had been delivered to customers at the time the problem was confirmed. Although this number might seem small compared to traditional vehicle ranges, the Cybertruck was still in its initial deployment phase. In percentage terms, it was a 100% recall. All customers who had received the vehicle were affected. Tesla, therefore, didn't just have to repair a few vehicles, but had to suspend an entire launch campaign. Deliveries were interrupted, and customers were asked not to drive their vehicles until the problem was resolved. Tesla began inspecting each truck individually, which involved not only coordinating service appointments, but also organizing transportation and repairs across the country. Owners who had been waiting for this truck for years were now forbidden from using it. The company's official statement mentioned plans to install a new pedal system to solve the problem. This system would prevent the pedal cover from detaching or misaligning under pressure. While the solution seemed relatively simple, a more important question quickly emerged: how could this have happened? Tesla's approach to vehicle development is known for its speed and strong focus on software. Remote updates, adaptive features, and AI-based improvements are key elements of its identity. But the Cybertruck problem reminded everyone that hardware remains important, and in this specific case, it experienced a failure that should have been avoided. Mechanical reliability, particularly of components essential to driving, is supposed to be the foundation upon which other features rest. As more details were revealed, an anonymous supplier reportedly disclosed that Tesla had modified the pedal material a few weeks before launch. This update was allegedly aimed at reducing weight and production costs. However, this change also meant that the new design hadn't undergone a complete series of thorough tests. Internal pressure to meet a publicly announced delivery deadline may have influenced the decision to skip or shorten certain parts of the evaluation process. If accurate, this revelation highlights how tight deadlines and public expectations can sometimes undermine quality control. Tesla's executives, and Elon Musk in particular, had been generating excitement around the Cybertruck for years. As delays accumulated and competition began to catch up in the electric truck market, the pressure to make the product available to customers likely intensified. This defect also came at an inopportune moment. Tesla had deployed major efforts to demonstrate its strength as a manufacturing company, with ambitious goals to increase Cybertruck production at its Giga Texas factory. The recall and the nature of the problem threatened to break some of this momentum. Instead of showcasing technical advances, Tesla was now managing a crisis involving one of the most fundamental components of any vehicle. Safety experts were quick to weigh in. Several automotive safety analysts pointed out that while mechanical problems can occur on any new vehicle line, a stuck accelerator is one of the most serious issues. It directly affects the driver's ability to control their speed and, by extension, the safety of everyone on board and near the vehicle. Even though no injuries or accidents caused by this defect had been reported at the time of the recall, the potential danger was clear and real. The debate about Tesla's quality control also resurfaced. While Tesla has built a reputation for innovation, the manufacturer has also been criticized for the build quality and post-delivery issues of its previous models. The early series of the Model Y, for example, were known for their irregular panel gaps and rushed production. These problems were eventually resolved, but they left their mark. With the Cybertruck, a highly publicized vehicle meant to symbolize Tesla's evolution, a hardware problem of such magnitude reopened old wounds among both critics and skeptics. Tesla's response, at least initially, was swift and procedural. The company followed standard recall procedures, collaborated with federal safety authorities, and outlined the steps to correct the defect. But in the eyes of the public, that's only part of the equation. Customers and investors are also wondering what the incident reveals about Tesla's current priorities. Is the company moving too quickly, and are safety checks being sacrificed for public expectations or financial goals? According to internal sources, workers were ordered to halt any tasks related to the Cybertruck immediately after the recall. Assembly lines that had just started were stopped. Engineers and technical teams were reassigned to their usual duties and redirected to investigating the pedal defect and finding a permanent solution. Vehicles already completed but not yet shipped were removed from the production line and placed in waiting areas for inspection. These trucks are now immobilized, waiting for updated parts to arrive. This abrupt halt resulted in stopping production and output. For a company like Tesla, which operates with rigorous logistics and just-in-time supply chains, this type of disruption has immediate and profound consequences. Components and materials scheduled for delivery now have no destination. Suppliers who were counting on a regular flow of parts being used and replaced find themselves with excess inventory. Warehouses are filling up, and internal operational teams are working to reorganize shipments and space to avoid additional costs. This freeze isn't a simple temporary setback, it's a complex logistical problem. Many suppliers Tesla works with are under contract for specific volumes and deadlines. An unexpected production interruption disrupts these agreements. This creates uncertainty not only within Tesla's operations, but also within its network of partners. These partners, from metal manufacturers to software integrators, must now adapt their plans, which could strain their relationships and increase costs in the long term. Within the Giga Texas factory, employees are also feeling the effects. While Tesla hasn't announced any official layoffs, internal reassignments have already taken place. Workers hired and trained specifically for Cybertruck assembly now find themselves without work. Some have been temporarily transferred to other production lines, such as those working on the Model Y, also built at the same site. Others are still waiting to learn their next position. Unease is growing among staff due to uncertainty about when production will resume. The shutdown has also forced Tesla to review its short-term priorities. Initially, the company planned to launch a second version of the Cybertruck later this year. a sport model with enhanced off-road capabilities and a unique design. Leaked internal planning documents suggested this variant was to be unveiled in the fall, probably during the holiday season. But with the recall taking center stage, these plans have been postponed. For Tesla, this isn't just about a missed product launch. The sport model was part of a broader strategy aimed at building a Cybertruck family, expanding the range, and appealing to a wider audience. By introducing variants earlier, Tesla hoped to create momentum and consolidate its position in the increasingly competitive electric truck market.